Hello guys! You're probably wondering why I have shoes on my hands, and the answer to that is that I have no idea. I am literally just bored on a Saturday night and I thought, hey, these shoes are made of leather, they look comfy, let's put them on my hands instead of my feet. So yeah, and I've also watched High School Musical 2 tonight. Oh no, I watched number 1. Number 1's great, but you know what I thought during it though? All I thought was, Troy and Gabriella, out of every High School Musical movie, in each one, they always break up with each other, and then they get back together, and it's pointless. It really drives me crazy, and it got to the stage where it was just too emotional for me to watch anymore. So it's like, I can't watch this anymore, you know, I have my own love life problems, and then these guys are perfect for each other. They sing beautifully together, they dance beautifully together, they're different in different ways, and they're just like, oh, ow, that kind of hurt. But, you know, like I said, it's just, I just don't really understand why, like, they have to break up, because it's just pointless, because they're so right for each other, but then they just kind of don't believe it themselves, and they're like, no, we've got to stick to the status quo, no, stick to the stuff you know. It's like, no, don't do that, because it's good to be different, it's good to have hobbies, you know, because I think if you have a hobby, it's good, because then you can, like, share that hobby with someone else, and then they can learn from it, then that's just fun, because hobbies are fun, hobbies can be fun, and hobbies should be fun, because hobbies are fun. I said hobbies too many times, I blame the shoes, haha. Anyway, yeah, so High School Musical, like, why did they have to break up? I mean, it's quite distressing, to be honest, you know? You watch it and you're like, oh, this is such a happy film, and then you watch it, and they start to have fights, and they start to break up, and then they sing a happy song about it, and that's all lovely. And like, this is cheesy, but I love a bit of cheese. You can't go wrong with a bit of cheese on a Saturday night, and I'm not talking about the cheese you eat, I'm talking about the cheese you look at. And I'm not talking about a slice of cheese that you look at, which is on your kitchen table. No, I'm just talking about like cheese, like from cheesy lines, like what's a cheesy line? Oh, well, a cheesy song is, hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. And that's cheesy because you're just like, I know what though, I don't think it's actually cheesy. I think the only reason we think it's cheesy is actually because in reality we wouldn't see ourselves as one of those those people who go up to a hot guy who's washing a car and go, hey, I just met you, so here's my number, call me maybe. Because you don't go up to a guy and say that, do you? Well, unless you've got a lot of confidence, then to be honest, I respect you for that, because I'd like to preferably know how you do that, because at the moment the only way I know how you do that is in a dares game and your friend dared you to go up to the hot guy and you're just like, hi, and then you just end up like being stood there for ages just staring at him and in your head listing like the top 100 features he has that you love, and then planning your dream wedding and the kids and the names you'll call your kids and the house you'll live in and the bungalow and the garden and the flowers you'll have in your garden and your wedding cake and your wedding dress and the style and how crazy you'll make each other when planning the wedding and who you're going to invite to the wedding and like where you're going to like be buried together or cremated together, what your gravestones will say, what your future son-in-laws will say, your future daughter-in-laws will be like. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the life of a girl. When she basically sees something she likes, she'll start dreaming and planning the future which she will have with that one boy. Or girl, if she likes girls. Because let's face it, people who like the same sex, nothing is wrong with that, because I respect you guys even more. But then that sounds bad for like the people who like the opposite sex. You know, we're all equals, so I respect you all for your decisions, and like I just really like the whole world, which reminds me of a hymn I did in primary school, and in church actually when I used to go. It went, he's got the whole world, minus the shoes. In his hands he's got the whole wide world. In his hands he's got the whole world. In his hands he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the sun and the moon. In his hands he's got the sun and the moon. In his hands he's got the sun and the moon. Or is it the rain? I don't remember. We should look up the lyrics to that, you know, in a future video I do, if you're still watching me. God hope. Well, I do hope you are still watching me. If you are, I'm slightly worried because, you know, you've seen my channel, you've seen how I'm a bit out there, a bit radical, outside the box, you know. I like the word radical because it's like calling yourself outside the box, like, yes, I'm very radical. It's like, that's just saying, I'm very outside of the box. How did we get to the word radical when I was talking about High School Musical? Anyway, back to High School Musical, because that is serious stuff. It's supposed to be a kids film, but then what's it teaching kids? It's teaching kids that, like, I don't actually know what it teaches kids, because from what I got from the end point was that it's good to be different and to have hobbies, and that if you do put your mind to something and work as a team, then you can be on a basketball team called Wildcats, and you might meet a really hot girl who can sing and is really good at science, and then you might sing together, and then thousands of people will come into the auditorium, okay, hundreds, and there'll be a really cool drama teacher who's like really over dramatic, and you'll be there, yo dude, loving your drama. I was like, why did I say dude, you know? Anyway, and then that you can get what you want, you just have to work for it and prove yourself. And I think that's a really nice message, because kids need to know these days that like it's good to want something, to dream big, because I always think that even if you dream big, it's still not big enough, because you can actually still get what you want. You just gotta work for it. And that is the most important thing. Oh my god, I'm gonna do a motivational speech vlog in a minute. That's gonna be so cool. You're gonna get so bored of me. I'm just gonna be there going like, you can do whatever you want. Oh yes. And then you're gonna be like, okay, signing off. It's like, okay, what am I talking about? I don't know. I think I've lost it. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop jabbering on about this, because I think I've lost the plot. So, from me and my new boots, do you like them? They're like cheap knockoffs of Doc Martens, and I got them from Dykman's in Taunton, which is a cool German shoe shop, and they have loads of really cheap shoes, and I love it there because like, shoes, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Au revoir, my viewers. Goodbye.